All right, what's going on, y'all? Isaac Cruz dominates Yuriorkis Gamboa, which we all expected. We know that Cruz was going to win. We knew that Cruz was probably going to stop him. Was no surprise there. All right. But the reason why I wanted to talk about him, I want to say that he is dangerous. He is very dangerous. I know a lot of us was disappointed when we found out that he would be fighting Tank Davis. I know I didn't expect much because of, I thought I actually thought his style was kind of tailor-made for Tank, because, he has that rough, rugged style, comes straight forward. And I know he can get low. I know he has these big looping shots that he likes to throw. He likes to get up on your chest, and I know he has this Mike Tyson like type of style. I just thought in that fight, I thought that Tank was going to be able to time him and catch him as he was coming in, and I was completely wrong. It was a very close fight, a very competitive fight. Some people think that Cruz won the fight. I do think that Tank edged it, but he's dangerous for a lot of these younger guys. I think he is he's not a champion, but he can definitely beat some of these top guys. And Gamboa, he just showed us, as Gamboa is short, Cruz is just a little shorter than him. But Cruz is just the way that he's able to get underneath you, right? And come up with these big shots that you don't see coming from these angles. He's very dangerous. And look, Ryan Garcia, I know he was supposed to fight Ryan Garcia. I know he was thinking about putting Ryan in there with his comeback fight. I think that's a big mistake, and I can't see it happening. I really can't see it. I think that is just way too dangerous of a fight for Ryan Garcia. And I'm even close enough to saying that I think Isaac Cruz may possibly beat Ryan Garcia. I think that is a real 50-50 fight. Ryan has a lot of power. I understand he got a lot of power. He's very good, but he stands straight up, and his chin is I've never seen someone as talented as him whose chin is just like totally out there. And I think Cruz, if you're gonna put Ryan in there, dangerous, and I'm thinking like a promoter right now. I'm thinking like Oscar De La Hoya is, because he likes to place his top fighters against fighters that are likely to lose against this fighter. No matter how good of the matchup it might be, or the record, or whatever, the caliber of fighter they are. Oscar is very good at matchmaking, and or at least maybe he probably has a team of matchmakers. I mean, he's a fighter himself, so he can see things that the other promoters can't see. But I cannot see them putting Ryan Garcia against Isaac Cruz. That is just an upset waiting to happen. It almost happened to Tank, but I think Tank is more skilled than Ryan Garcia. And Ryan, his defense, his chin being up, standing straight up, that's a nightmare matchup, in my opinion. I think Cruz is dangerous for anyone at this point. All right. Shockingly, because we wasn't expecting that. Nobody was really checking for him or talking about him like that. But he's dangerous, and I would probably lean towards him beating Ryan and catching him, especially after watching that to-go fight. I mean, Ryan clearly won the fight, pressured him, and I know To-Go was being real slippery in there and stuff, but I think To-Go and his height was also a problem. How low he was able to get on Ryan and avoid those shots. Cruz is even better at doing that, And, I noticed that Cruz like to keep, he keeps his chin down in his head. A lot of these guys is hitting him on the top of his head. His head is like a rock. A lot of people are not really catching him clean in the face. And I think that's part of the problem. I think you're going to need a little bit more than that left hook to catch Cruz, because he's going to get right underneath that shot and hit you with a punch that you don't see coming, because he's so short, you're just not going to see it. You know, Ryan with that chin, bad matchup. But good performance of Cruz, very fun fight. I mean, a fun beatdown. You know, I think Gamboa needs to retire. I mean, I think we've been saying this for a minute now. He just doesn't have the legs anymore, you know? And I don't think, I honestly don't think that he is going to retire, because I think fighters that's on the come up are going to want to keep having opportunities to fight him because he has a name. He was one of the top prospects in the game at one point. He might have even been a pound for pound type of guy at one point in his prime. And people are going to keep wanting to test themselves against him and seeing if they can knock him out quicker than the other guy. And, you know, hopefully he retires. But listen, if they're willing to keep paying him, he's going to keep fighting. He's going to keep fighting, you know. He just doesn't have it. He doesn't have the legs. He doesn't have the punch output. He doesn't have the reflexes. He just doesn't have it. He can box still, clearly, but he doesn't have it. You know? So I wouldn't be surprised if another one of these younger guys get in there with him. You know? Because they're willing to keep paying him. You know? I think Devin Haney should have been the last straw. Excuse me. Because they put Devin in there with him because Tank didn't look so good against Gamboa. Tank won and dominated and stopped him late. But Tank didn't look good. You know, I think... that's probably the most criticized fight of Tank Davis' career. And when they put Devin in there, we didn't want that neither. You know, I complained just like everybody else did. But I understood it, you know, because Gamboa had hurt his leg early in that Tank fight. And I figured, you know, you throw Haney in there. Let's see what Haney can do. He won every round. He shut Gamboa out. You know, maybe Gamboa got him round in there. So I understood then. But Isaac Cruz fighting him? Nah, that was just a showcase fight. That was clearly a showcase fight. And Styles' matchup was perfect in favor for Cruz, you know? All right, but it was entertaining. Plus, I don't know if you were at the arena, any of you at the arena, there was some big fight that went down in the crowd after that. Everybody was looking at that. It looked like it was a wild night in Texas that night in Dallas Cowboy Stadium. So anyway, good win for Cruz, I guess. He's definitely dangerous for anyone at the division because of his style. And he, you know, and I'm talking about the very best. I'm including Haney. I'm including Shakur Stevenson if he is to move up. I'm including anyone. Jojo Diaz, anyone that fights Cruz is going to have a hard time, especially if you can't knock him out because of that style. All right? I respect Cruz, you know, for real. So anyway, I just wanted to speak on him real quick, man. Again, smash the like button, share the video if you could, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'm out. See you again soon. Peace.